Hello everyone, today I'm working on this SD40-2. Now this is a locomotive, it's a Intermountain first of all. It's a locomotive that one of my subscribers sent to me to repair for him, and I can't fix all the broken locomotives in the world, but this is a project that interested me. So maybe I'll do some more. You can comment on any one of my videos and I'll let you know if the project interests me. So this has a lot of very specific details to the specific engine. You can see the bell here, and then the horns at the correct placement, and most of all, the problem we're working on today, the little ditch lights fell off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the track just to see how it works. So this one, I think it's got DCC and sound, so let's start with that. So I mistakenly assumed that they were DCC and sound, which they are not. They are DC only. So the problem we're working on today is the ditch light don't work anymore. So I'm going to pop off the shell and we'll see what we got. To remove the shell, I use the box method. I like to make custom paint jobs, but I have to say, this factory paint job is very nice. I don't think I can beat that. So even though I like to use a low dollar amount, low dollar method to my end scaling, sometimes it's okay to spend a little bit more money and get something that might be just a little bit nicer. So these bring the light to the front using piping, and that's okay by me. See, the piping for the two LEDs is gone, so I have to find a way to bring light to the front of the shell. There is an access panel here in the front that should give me room to get under there and install my LEDs. I'm going to start by removing the coupler. Now I can't get the panel out because the handrails are on top of it, and if I try to remove the top part of the shell from the bottom part, all the handrails are glued in. Unlike a Kato engine, which uses no glue, I would completely wreck the shell. But I think I can still squeeze my LED wires through here, and they'll come out through here, so that should be okay. I should make it through. This is what I ordered, 0603 12 volt white LEDs. So that's what I'm going to be using. So these come pre-wired with the resistance. Resistance is futile. Well, if you decide to use the long wires, it's fine. Me, I'm going to shorten them, so I have to resolder the resistance. So good luck. Get a little bit of good luck here. There's some holes in the printed circuit board here, so I can wire my two leads up to this. That's going to make it a lot easier for me. So let's see if I can pass my little wires through the shell. So I managed to slide it in there. It wasn't that bad actually. So I had to shorten the wires quite a bit, but it's going to work like that. That's okay. Now I got my two resistors wired in. I'm using two resistors because the lights are very bright. I'm hoping to dim them just a little bit. I tested it with the shell on and there's not enough room for the resistors. So I'm going to use a little bit of wire and I'm going to move them forward a little bit. Now I'm checking them for the polarity, just to be sure that everything's going with the same direction. So that's backwards. These are always directional lighting. And that's going forward. So I got the polarity correct. I'm going to check again to make sure I've got enough space under the cab, because that could be a problem too. So now it fits very well, so that's good. Now I'm going to push my lights through and I'm going to glue them in using some crazy glue so they stay in place. Soldering is pretty tough, so let's see if I can do it on camera. First part, you have to make you have to put solder on both parts, and you need enough heat. Enough heat is the secret. Let's see if I can solder them together. Once you get solder on both parts, it becomes easy. So that's pretty good news. So before I put these, I put the shell back on, I'm gonna want to test them to make sure I'm happy with the way they look. But that is pretty satisfying. I'm gonna put a little bit of masking tape to make sure the resistors stay in place. So as I put my shell back on, I have to make sure the wires don't interfere with anything else. I ran into some trouble because my LEDs touched the frame, and that gave them too much electricity because it bypassed the resistor. So I put some kept-on tape to prevent that. So I got my wire all tucked away in there. The new dish lights look pretty good. And now it's time to run some trains. Well, that was a bit of a challenge, especially doing those small wells. But now that it's over, I'm really satisfied with the outcome. It looks really cool. Hope you enjoyed the video. I certainly had fun making it for you. See you soon.